Hello, welcome to Level Up Finance, where we talk about money, mindset, on the road to get millions, the three M's. And on this episode, I like to talk about ways you can create your own stimulus. I know that's the big talk nowadays. Stimulus this, stimulus that. Get your 600 here, get your $2,000 a month here, get your $1,200 here. Stimulus, stimulus, stimulus. For businesses and people. But it's not gonna last forever. So you can do certain steps that you can stimulate your economy forever. All right, so we're going to talk about 8 different ways you can create your own stimulus. Number one, if you have a job, you can simply just go to your employer and say, hey, I want to refill out my W-4 form and change my allowance. More than likely, your allowance is probably at 0. And you could go up to, I think about 7. What I did personally, I went to 3. I paid less in taxes on my paycheck. I was able to bring home more, but when you do this, you won't get a big tax return anymore. You can kind of do the math, what you get for your tax return and, what you should do for your allowance, okay? You don't want to go too overboard, and if you do it for a reason. You don't want to pay little to nothing in taxes. They owe a lot of taxes, so you kind of want to just break even. You just want to give the government, as least as possible, and so you basically break even at tax time. You don't want to owe a bunch of money, and you don't want to get a whole bunch of money. Okay, then that defeat the purpose. So this is one way you can get money all year round. This can help out with bills, things that come up. You can save, Don't give the government no free loan. I did it, and I did it for over a decade, and that was like one of the best decisions I made as far as, having extra money. It helps out. You see a check will just grow up. It's like you got promoted. All right, so that's number one. And number two, just simply go through your bills. Sit down one day, go in your bank statement, go in your credit card statement, and just look through what's going on. All right. If you're paying too much for, little bills that you not be using, monthly subscriptions, just cut it out. Cut out the fat, man. Cut out the pork. You don't need it. You don't need it, you can cut it out. And this will, increase your income. It's like you give yourself another raise. So if you did number 1, you did number 2, boom, you could be getting an extra, couple $200 a month. Who knows? Depending on what your bills is. So if you got Netflix, and you don't really watch Netflix like that, you could talk to a couple of your friends that you trust. You could be like, hey, you give me $5, you give me $5. We could split this $20 Netflix bill a month, and we should all save money. Or I could pay for Netflix, you pay for Hulu, you pay for Disney, whatever. And instead of paying all 3 by yourself, now everybody have their own little bill that they take care of. That will give you more cash flow, so you're saving money that way too. If you have like the top tier internet and you don't need the top tier internet, you can go to the basic internet and save yourself money that way too. So that's number 2 ways you could stimulate your economy and make your own stimulus. And number 3, everybody got a cell phone. Everybody got a cell phone. Little kids have smartphones, okay? But one way you can save money is stop leasing or financing cell phones. That's ridiculous. You're paying $30, $40 a month for a cell phone plan. Not even a plan, just for a cell phone, plus the plan, plus insurance, plus this, plus that. When I was doing that, I never financed phones. When I was getting phones like every year, you used to be able to pay $200 for a phone, get the phone, and then it was done. And then you just paid a monthly bill for the phone. So what I was paying was almost $140 a month. My bill was really supposed to be $80 or $90, but with the data plan and with surcharges, taxes, and all these weird fees, it went up to $140. And I always knew about the prepaid plans, but I never thought it was good quality. I have AT&T, so I was just like, you know what, I hate paying this crazy bill. So let me go to my phone was paid off, so I just said AT&T, I want to cut this off. I want a prepaid plan. I got a new SIM card, put it in, was paying $40 a month for $140, $100 saving. And the quality of the service was exactly the same. The internet was exactly the same. The only thing that changed was the amount of money I was spending monthly. I was saving $100 a month. That's $1,200 a year. And that was just a simple thing I did that anybody could do. Stop paying monthly for a stupid phone and go to a prepaid plan. You know, Verizon got one, AT&T got one, T-Mobile got one, Metro PCS got one, Cricket Wireless, so on and so forth. So you could definitely save money by going prepaid. A phone is just really just for calling, internet, and apps. You don't need the latest and greatest and the most expensive to do that. Okay, this all depends on your budget, your finances. But you can, even if you got a lot of money, everybody can use extra $100 a month. So that's number 3. And number 4 is you can stop eating out every day. You don't need to eat out every day. You don't need to go to McDonald's every day or every week. Like, you can simply just cook food at home. You could cook enough food on Sunday to last you till Wednesday. And then on Wednesday, you could cook food to last you from Thursday to Saturday, okay? You could cook 1 week and then, your husband or wife or your friend or something, you could coordinate this whole thing and people could cook at home. If you could go to a restaurant and trust the cooks to cook your food, you could trust a family member to cook for you. You cook for that family member. Y'all could take turns. Y'all could coordinate this thing and save money. All right, and this will basically give you all the stuff I'm talking about is saving you money, so your cash flow is different. So if you did number 1, 2, and 3, you're probably sitting on an extra $400 a month right now, $300, $400 a month. All right, and that's number 4 right there. Don't need to eat out every day, and you could do different things. You could go on diets. You could save money by not eating as much too. All right, so stop eating out that much. You can eat out, if you like to do that once in a while, but weekly, every other day, every day, no, that's a no-go. Stop doing that. Another way you can stimulate your economy, create your own stimulus, is simply by, working more. If your job offer OT, take it. Get a little extra money. If your job, you could get a promotion at work, take it. Level up your finance. You're getting more money. You did 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're already saving money. You get promoted. You're getting even more money. You're working overtime. You're getting even more money. If you can even go on the off shift. Because if you go on the off shift, if you're on first shift now, you go on second, third shift, or whatever, depending on your circumstance. Some people, you really can't do that. You can get another 10, 15, 20% extra on your paycheck just because you went to an off shift. And that's another way to level up your finance and create a stimulus for yourself. So if you did all these steps so far, you're probably up to 400, 500, 600, who knows where you at right now, but you're definitely better off than when you not doing anything. All right, so that was number 5, basically creating, getting a promotion or working, overtime or going on the off shift. All right, and then number 6 is just simply stop buying liabilities. Stop buying liabilities and stop hanging around liabilities. And me saying liabilities, you don't need to buy a car with payments. You can buy a car cash, $3,000. What's the difference between a car that's $3,000 and a car that's $30,000? $30,000 car, probably newer. More than likely, it's newer. Looks better. Probably got more features. But do you need it? Do you need it like you need water, food, and a roof over your head? Do you need it? If you don't need it, then you could do good with a $3,000 car that's reliable. Don't buy any and everything. buy something that's reliable, that's got taken care of, and you can just drive to A to B. When I had a car payment, I stopped having a car payment a long time ago, a while ago. I don't remember the last time I had a car payment. And when I stopped having a car payment, it's like, boom, like I got a giant raise. You know, I didn't have to have full coverage insurance anymore. I didn't need to pay $400 a month anymore. You know, I had a luxury car, so I was paying premium unleaded. So I was literally in a car for $1,000 a month. And I told myself, never again. I don't care about a car anymore. I care about money in my pocket. I care about being secure. Like if anything happens, I got money in my pocket. That's what I care about. So a liability could be Jordan sneakers. You don't need every Jordan sneaker. You don't need a car with big car payments. You don't need to be hanging around people that the one thing they want to do is take your money. They never have money. They go, hey, let's go out and do this and do that. And you're the one splitting the bill, or hang out with somebody that just want to drink all the time and you buying their drinks, or somebody that just want to take. That's a liability. If you're with somebody and they help you grow, level up your finance, then that's an asset. So, stop buying liabilities. Stop buying things you do not need. Okay? Liabilities, a no-go. All right, and that's number 6. And number 7, you could get a roommate. You have one of our biggest expenses is rent or mortgage. So if you could eliminate rent or mortgage, that'd be great. If you could reduce it a whole lot, that'd be great. So if you don't mind, if this works for you, and you have a 2-bedroom, you don't really need a 2-bedroom. You have a 3-bedroom, you don't really need a 3-bedroom. Somebody that you trust, you can bring them in there. Say, hey, you want to save some money? All right, cool. You can move in and y'all can coordinate what's going on, some rules, and see if it will be a good fit. But hey, you pay me such and such a month, you take care of this bill. Make sure they have a job and money coming in. You don't want to have somebody move in and just make it more harder for you. Hey, you bring your food, or you do this, do that. You pay the light bill, you pay the cable bill. You put $300 towards the rent. You can literally save a big piece of your paycheck. If you was paying $1,000 a month for rent, you could go down to $500. And one thing that I did personally, I had to end up getting a 2-family property, not because I want to be a real estate investor, because I want to save money on rent. Because I was used to paying $850 to $950 for rent all the time, and then you paying $950 for rent, and you paying for lights, and then you paying for gas, and you paying for food, and then you paying for cable. Like, you're in the apartment for like $1,500 per month. That's a lot of money. So if you could reduce that, that'd be great. So I got a 2-family property. I live there, and I live rent free. Basically, the tenant that lived downstairs paid the whole mortgage and left me and gave me an extra $100 a month after I paid my mortgage. So, you know how much money? It's like I gave myself a giant raise. So if you did step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, you're looking pretty right now. You're into the $1,500, $2,000 range of saving money by doing all these steps. This is a stimulus that could keep going forever. The government give you $600, the government give you $1,200. You're just saving $1,500 right now. And this is every month. So you're stimulating your economy greatly, way more than another person can. Okay, so that's number 7. Get a roommate, get a rental property. The numbers got to make sense. You got to do math. If your mortgage is $800, and you can get somebody in the apartment and they could pay $900. So they taking care of your mortgage, which is $800. You get an extra $100. So basically, you're just taking care of mini bills, which is lights, cable, stuff like that. You gotta pay your water bill. If you own a property, you gotta pay water. The tax is going to be embedded in the mortgage. So, you're sitting really pretty. You're having a lot of money. You're feeling more confident. You have money you can invest now. You have money not to just spend and splurge and buy Jordans, buy liabilities. No, you're not gonna go to bad habits. This is all, a mindset thing for you to be like, you know what, I'm getting all this money and I'm gonna put it to good use. So you're just feeling more comfortable in life. You're feeling more secure in life. So that's number 7. And then the final one, which is a big one, is start a business. You did number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got money now. You no longer, a broke boy or broke gal. You got a little extra change in your pocket. You could do bigger and better things now. You can get another rental property if you feel like it. You could get an LLC, start a business, something that you're good at. If you're good at photography, do that. If you're good at drawing, you could figure out a way to monetize that. If you want to start a YouTube channel, you could do that. You have options now. You no longer, living paycheck to paycheck. So your stress is like, it dropped down. It dropped down, a good amount. So now you can start a business, and even if you're not making money, you can make some money, which I'll show you later on. There's so much deductions for businesses that's not available to the regular Joe Smo, that we're literally losing, regular Joe Smo is literally losing $25 a day by not having a business. And that's not necessarily money that you could generate from a business. It's all the deductions that you have. So many deductions having a business that why you wouldn't want to start a business. It don't cost that much money to start it. And then the upside potential is greater with having a business than not having a business. So start a business, figure out what you're good at, figure out what you want to do, figure out how you can monetize your passions, figure out how you can monetize things that you're good at, or ideas you have, figure out how you can monetize that, because now you're no longer a broke boy or a gal. And this is how you're gonna create your own stimulus that the government can never create. This stimulus will last forever. You even could make generational wealth with this. You could teach your kids about this. You could teach your friends about this. You could teach your loved ones, family members, and all of you guys gonna have, $1,500 stimuluses every month, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 stimuluses every month, forever. As long as you keep, doing this, the good habits, don't go back to your bad habits, don't get liabilities. And if you talk about liabilities, let's go back to number 7, liability, number 6. I think if you can't afford a child, don't have a child. It could be a big task if you have a child with the wrong person. It could be a big liability to you. I think you should do the right things when it comes to that. All right, so the child is not a liability in itself, but the person you have it with bring you down. Child support, it's crazy. So, anyways, this is how you create your own stimulus. Level Up Finance. Catch you on the next one.